Hello, sweetie. How are you? Welcome to Shamanic Heart Space. My name is Nancy, and I'm delighted to be getting together here with you via this podcast episode to talk to you about the up and coming Pisces Super Full Moon eclipse, which is happening depending on where you are in the world. The 17th to the 18th of September 2024. So welcome. If you don't know who I am, I don't know. I'm going to be channeling the collective energy for this upcoming supermoon eclipse. It's a collective energy, and you'll hear me yawning because that's just what happens when I channel the energy. So as I always say, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And see what messages, downloads, insights you get for yourself as you're listening to this. Not all of it is going to apply to everyone and all at the same time. So you're welcome to go back and have a re-listen as time unfolds in the build up to this moon, during it and just after it, because you may find that new things chime in. The energy is strong. So that means I better get started. Right, so take some deep breaths with me. How is your September going so far? All right. I'm back in Peru now, and I always feel like my energy is much more tuned in when I'm here. So, this is a very interesting frequency. And of course, it's opposing the Sun in Virgo, which is nothing new there. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing right now. All right, so there's a lot here about balancing the mental load with the physical, the emotional, the spiritual. So finding your inner axis. This eclipse may shake things up so that you can find your true core and balance. It's quite an unusual energy. I don't get the impression we've seen this for a very long time. Alright, so the first thing that's coming through here is that everything is going to be okay. If you've been triggered in the recent past around feeling alone, feeling solitude, telling yourself that story of I can't do this on my own, this is going to pass with this moon, as long as you don't cling to that old story, that is. So you are not alone. You've never been alone, and you will never be alone. This is an illusion, the myth of separation. So if you're getting into your head and your emotions about that, do what you can to pull yourself out of it. And what I'm seeing here is someone looking in the mirror and turning their attention to what is beyond and around that mirror. So this is about focusing on your beauty, your talents, and remembering that there are rewards everywhere. And there are some really beautiful rewards arriving. Okay, thank you. Okay, so there are more awakenings coming with this moon. This eclipse is going to really show us a lot about what's hidden in the shadows. Of course, that's what eclipses do. There's a reason our ancestors weren't too keen on them. So, awakening, spiritual awakening, I think people call it. Waking up from the sleep of all of the disconnection and all of the things that feel like they don't serve you, just scales falling from the eyes. So this is going to be new for some people. their first awakening, if you like, and then it's going to be a deepening for others. So probably if you are here, you are already along this pathway. Nobody is better or worse or in a better position. It's not a competition. However, there are people in different places along this path for different reasons. So we can expect this moon to bring stronger downloads, vivid dreams, prophetic dreams, which simply means dreams about the future, intuition, strong emotions. So it's important to let it flow, especially with the emotions. A lot of humans want to hold on to emotions. They feel familiar, even if they are painful. But just breathe into it, relax, let it go. There's also alchemizing of old hurts. Do it. Alchemize that old stuff. So realizations, new gifts opening up, and just awakening, spiritual awakening, remembering what you are at your core and what you're not going to stand for anymore and what you want more of in your life. This has been unfolding for a long time. If you've been listening to the podcast for a while, you'll know I've been saying this, but this feels like a culmination for this moon. So this could feel unstable. So be careful. No, not be careful. Be sure to look after yourself. But it's going to feel more stable the more you can relax into it. You know, like if you're on a skateboard or a bicycle or something, like if you're really, really rigid, you're going to fall off. But if you're flexible and you move with it, you're okay. You stay moving forward. All right, so you already know how to recalibrate because the changes that have been happening for a long time now, very quickly, you're still here. You're still getting back up and kind of getting the image of like a kind of cartoon character, like a slapstick movie where somebody keeps falling over, but they get up just as quickly, like, oh, nothing happened. That's you. Nothing happened. I'm keeping going. But yeah, I guess we can expect to feel things over this moon. And it's common anyway for a full moon, and even more common for a super moon because it's close to the earth and we are affected by this energy. And then the eclipse brings in a whole like wacha into it. So yeah, we can really expect some changes to come about. Not necessarily sudden, maybe sudden revelations, but the beginnings of some more change. I feel like that's all we ever talk about now is change, change, change. Yeah, anyway, okay. I'm feeling like, the clairsentience in my body is like my heart is beating quite fast. So I think a lot of people could fall into anxiety about this, and then it makes people fall into old habits that they thought they'd got past, or old thinking patterns, things like this. But you don't have to do it. You don't have to go back. This is all really positive. It's for your highest good. I have this funny image here. So there's no room for the ego running the show anymore. Tame that little ego friend of yours as a signpost. Okay? This is an ally. The ego is an ally. It's not supposed to run the show. And the message I'm getting straight into my ears is you do not need to be perfect. You can love and honor yourself as you are and where you are. And you may be tempted to go back or tell yourself old stories that make you maybe even feel like you're drowning, but you're not. You're so much more than you can imagine. So yeah, some issues around the self-worth may come to the surface, as in feeling like you're not enough, and it's an opportunity for you to look at yourself, baby, for you to love yourself as you are, and to put down some of those old stories from childhood and wherever they came from. This is like an opportunity to reinvent yourself. So yeah, maybe sit with that for a while during this time. You're very welcome to come to my full moon realignment to help you get on track with this. And for the subscribers, I'll be talking through some supportive energies and ways you can help to channel this energy, as I do every month. So yeah, you can check that out on Patreon. All of the stuff is in the notes. Anyway, I won't break the flow. Let's keep going. So the focus here is asking you to look deeply, deeply at yourself and love yourself as you are, but also at your dreams and aspirations, and let go of anything and anyone and everything that stands in the way of that. So perhaps that could be taken in a sort of egotistical, narcissistic way. I don't mean it like that at all. This is a very loving energy. This is a self-loving energy of, I need to go that way, and I don't wanna hurt you, but you're not part of my journey. You go find your journey. Yeah, so of course, inevitably, endings are coming, and it's really up to you to take responsibility and to be clear about what is over, what is finished, what is complete, you know? I think there's a lot of people that are kind of addicted to this idea of healing and see spirituality as something separate from being a human, fractal of the universe, experiencing consciousness as a human. But it's it's just so much bigger than a lot of people think it is. So, there are parts of yourself that have done the healing, if you want to use that word. And it's just recognizing who you are now without that story, without that behavior, without that pattern. I don't know, this feels quite specific, so I don't know who this is for, but the message that just came through is if you are constantly afraid of being abandoned, even if you don't talk about it, even if you don't address it, you're going to keep on attracting people who abandon you. So let that go. Anyway. So this will give you space for all the newness that's bursting to come through for you. There is so much good stuff coming. I want to say on the other side of this moon, but it's not already. It's not on the other side. It's already there. Everything is happening all at once. It's about your frequency matching it. So all of this good stuff is coming. But it's a bit like if your house is full of old junk, well, where are you going to put all the new stuff? So you've got to get rid of the old stuff. And it may help you to do that physically as well. Okay. There's a feeling of potential for ruthlessness in some regards. And I think you know what I'm talking about, don't you? A kind of just cutting ties, creating endings, just saying enough is enough, man. And yeah, it's gonna maybe hurt people for you to say that or express yourself or change direction. but you have to do you, and you're not serving anybody by not doing you and giving yourself what you need. And it's also going to allow other people to go in the direction they should be going rather than dragging you down. It's very specific. All right, so even if you don't have all the details, it's Virgo frequency butting in there. You know, like burning bridges, and maybe even blocking people. You could seem quite cold and out of the blue for people on the receiving end, but you know it's time. You know it's time for whatever it is for you. So, yeah, some people are going to be quite reactive to that, even becoming vengeful. But don't mind them, because that's exactly the kind of imbalanced energy that we're talking about getting rid of here. You don't want or need that low vibrational reactive stuff around you. It doesn't match your higher vibe, the new you, the new and improved version that is standing in your glorious power now. So if you have to speak your truth or lay down boundaries with people and they don't take it well, as long as you've done your best to offer that up in a loving, kind way as possible. If they seek some kind of revenge or talking about you or something, just let them get on with it. Do not let it bring you down. That is a reflection of how they feel about themselves. So it really feels like your portcullis is drawing up, like the drawbridge for the castle. And you are not exactly protecting yourself as such, because you don't need protection. You have everything you need, but you're holding your energy, you're holding your power, you're standing in your boundaries. It feels so strong. I love this. So any emotional vampires or drains of your energy are gonna come down to earth with a bit of a bump. And I hope for them that they can alchemize that victim energy and find their own power place and stop, living off other people and pulling them down to their level, or trying to, I should say. So I have this image here again. It's still very regal energy, goes with the castle. An image of a queen standing in her power, in her beautiful clothes, and there are some people trying to claw at her robes, but they can no longer grab at her. She's way too above it. So that's you. Potentially, if you go with the flow, if you let stuff go. So the clarity and understanding that has arrived means that you see yourself. You know how to use your skills, how to be methodical. There could still be a push and pull internally. I think this is the mental versus the kind of energetic, the mind, body, spirit kind of disconnect. So it's a good idea to do things that bring those into alignment. Yeah, so intuition will be strong. The lights are switching on. Have your journal nearby, or record your voice notes into your phone. You'll be surprised when you go back and listen to them, because when you get downloads and channel and all this stuff, it kind of gets stored in a different place, so you can forget it really easily. And it's a bit like if I go back and listen to my podcast, well, people actually, what is more likely is that people quote my podcast back to me, and I say, "Oh God, did I say that? I didn't know I said that." And the same will be for you. So trying to record some of these things as the truth comes out. But remember, you are in control of yourself here. These veils, these cobwebs of illusion are falling down on what is not true. from you, from your eyes, and around other people. Seeing people as they really are, and just like getting fairy tale images now when, you know, the princess wakes up or whatever. But this time it's going to be like, ew, go away from me. Also, what you didn't want to see or don't want to see, now's the time you're going to see it, kid. The invisible becoming visible inside of yourself as well as around you. This is a bit like you can run, but you can't hide, no? So, acknowledging what you didn't want to look at before. But it's okay, it's good. It's better out than in, no? It's possible you're going to have to work through some stuff and process some stuff, and that just seems to be part of the course now, you know. So I'm a big advocate for just try and have some fun where you can. It's not all like, oh, I'm doing my work. It can't be. It can't be. And I've been doing this 25 years. um yeah, but I think it feels like you're okay with that. Like, okay, I'm gonna look at this and deal with this, and I'm gonna move on, and I don't want any more secrets. And it's allowing you to, you know, it's gonna allow you to trust at a much deeper level, to be honest. Okay, well, that went quickly. I've got so much more to say. Thank you for being here. It really means the world to me. If you would like to access more, check out the subscribers section. I've also, yeah, got some bits and bobs coming up online. Please make sure you're on the Substack mailing list where I write blogs, and I'll be telling you about some events I'm going to do online to help people to connect with spirit guides and animals and stuff in the shamanic realm, as well as some events I'm going to be doing in December, January in London. So yeah, if you're interested in shamanic stuff, if you're interested in deepening your own gifts, if you're interested in being a goddess, we are anyway. Yeah, just follow along where you can. I'm not super organized. This is how I live my life. I get messages, I pass them on wherever I can. So it's not exactly an organized operation. Sometimes it's a blog, sometimes it's a podcast, sometimes it's a ceremony, sometimes it's over a glass of wine. So it would be lovely to connect with you one way or another in that way. Also, if you check out the website, shamanicheartspace.org, I'm offering things on there. But also I offer things that I haven't managed to put up there yet. So if you are interested in, yeah, shamanic journeying, soul retrieval, what else? Extractions, learning, all kinds of stuff, you can schedule a call with me. Let me know what's going on for you, and then I like to offer bespoke packages for people because there's no one size fits all, is there, my love? All right. All that's left to say is thank you very much. There's more than one way to be a rock star, and I wish you well for this Pisces super full moon eclipse. It's falling on my birthday, so let's rock and roll. Take care. I'm Nancy. This is Shamanic Heart Space. Love you.